Yo, what's up, boys and girls? It's your boy BellyDrum. I am back. I do apologize. I had no internet, but I I got it. We're back. We're so back. All right. So look at this. We only have 23 hours until the rank resets. Now look at this. I am in Master Ball tier in doubles, right? I haven't been playing a lot, but I did make it to Master Ball tier. One of these days, I want to try to go for champions, okay? Look, we made it to Master Ball tier with this rain team. Hold on. Right here, right? Mega Meganium. Okay, it was trial and error by force, okay? Now, in case you guys don't know, if you change a Pokemon on one team, it will change it for the entire team. So this Sinistcha is not correct, okay? This is not the correct build for Sinistcha. This is for my new team. Yes, my new team. All right, look, guys, we are using Mega STEELIX. I've tried to find a Mega STEELIX video, right? Nothing good. Like, oh, there is nothing good on YouTube for Mega STEELIX. So today we are going to go over this team. Alright, so before I show you guys how I actually got to Master Ball tier, I actually have the clip. So in this situation, I should have lost. Okay, so they got a King Gambit. King Gambit normally runs Sucker Punch, right? Alright, so Charizard runs Heat Wave. It also has Solar Beam. So I have a Scarf Basculegion. But what people don't know is that Choice Scarf Basculegion in the sun with adaptability can one-hit KO a full health Charizard. Just so you guys know. This is some big game knowledge that you guys need to know. So, watch this. So, Basculegion is going to come in. He's going to click Wave Crash, right? And King Gambit should always Sucker Punch in this scenarios because I'm a Choice Scarf Pokemon, right? He clicks Protect. I have no idea why. I knew that Wave Crash was going to take out the Charizard. Okay, and the next turn, he Sucker Punched. He takes out the Basculegion. Meganium has Weather Ball. I'm already in Mega Evolved, so it doesn't matter whether I'm in the sun or not. Okay, so King Gambit either had to A, take out the Meganium, and Charizard had to take out the Basculegion, or King Gambit had to take out the Basculegion with a Sucker Punch, right? And then Charizard could just Weather Ball or Overheat the Meganium and take out the Meganium. I should have lost, but I didn't, and that is how I got to Master Ball tier. Alright, so I did 2 battles with this team to test it. Now, I did play this team on Showdown. Alright, I did test it beforehand. This team is actually very, very goated. And after I tell you guys why I have Armor Rouge, well, it's just busted, okay? So, I went up against a Trick Room team. Now, obviously, my team is also a Trick Room team, okay? In case you guys don't know what this team is, it's Farigiraf, Sinistcha, Mega Blastoise for Water Spout, and then they had Ensign. So basically, what they were trying to do is they wanted to set up Trick Room. They set up a Shell Smash on the Blastoise, but they set up Trick Room for me because I was not gonna take that. They did not know that I was also Trick Room. Okay, I just needed to stay hard Trick Room, so I kept damaging the Blastoise, right? With Rock Slide, Instruct, that shenanigans. Okay, so basically we just won. Okay, and what I did beforehand was I put up a wide guard because we are in the sand, but he also has water spout. That's pretty much his only option. He can water spout. Now T-Tar took 40, or it took 100 and what is that? 155? Maybe I think 155 damage from the Aura Sphere. He had to switch out his Blastoise, okay? So what I did was I wide guard so he could not water spout me, right? But I know that Blastoise has like a base speed stat of 76, and if he's running Trick Room, that means that he's also slow. So I outsped with the Armarouge that has 95 base speed, and then I finished him off. Alright, so then this next battle that I did was actually kind of hilarious, okay? So I had Sneasler, and I think he took out one of my teammates. So I sent in my Oranguru. Now, he's trying to do some Perish Trap shenanigans, right? So I hit the Dire Claw because he switched out of his own Sneasler. That's what it was. Now, I'm lucky I did not take the bait on doing another close combat because I am faster because of my White Herb Unburdened close combat. Okay, so he switched out his own Sneasler, okay, to Gengar. Watch what happens. I hit the first Dire Claw. Ninetales protects in this instance. I use Instruct on my Sneasler again. Guess what? I hit the Dire Claw and Gengar falls asleep. So basically, Dire Claw got nerfed from I think a 50% chance to a 30% chance, but in this instance, it became a 60% chance to paralyze, sleep, and whatever. Also, I hit a Dire Claw into the Ninetales, thinking that is gonna one-hit KO, but I also got the paralyze on there, so that's funny. Also, if you wanted to see a picture of Donkey Kong's butt cheeks, now you do. Okay, so the star of the show, my shiny Mega STEELIX. Okay, this Pokemon that I shiny hunted in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee does not have very optimal stats. Okay, so it has max speed and pretty much no defense, but in Pokemon Champions you basically get 6 IV Pokemon, which means that moves like Gyro Ball are nerfed. Moves like Foul Play are buffed because you get a little bit more damage from the Foul Play and then less damage from the Gyro Ball. Now, I don't know if I want to put Gyro Ball or if I want to keep Heavy Slam because Mega STEELIX, he's actually heavy. So Mega STEELIX weighs 740.0 kilograms. That's 1,631.4 pounds. Now, I want to say that it is one of the heaviest. I know for a fact that Mega Aggron actually weighs less. So Heavy Slam would do less damage. So the only Pokemon that outweighs Mega STEELIX is actually Avalugg himself, which is crazy enough. Alright, so basically we have 30 in the hit points, so that's 180 hit points. We have 10 in attack. So the reason why we have 10 in attack and not max special defense is because we don't actually one-shot everything. But if we get up at least 1 to 2 curses, then we are one-shotting everything. Now, I have Sassy Nature, so that way I could be the fastest in Trick Room. We have Sassy Nature, 26 in special defense. That's 155. Now, the reason why we don't need anything in defense is because, well, look at it. We have 230 defense. That's 250 regular defense. And if we get a +1 attack, a +1 defense, and we get a -1 speed, that means that we are full zooming with Mega STEELIX. Now, I do think that Mega STEELIX is actually a little bit better than Mega Aggron. All right, so to give you guys a better comparison, Filter, this Pokemon receives a quarter damage from super effective attacks. All right, that's what Mega Aggron does. All right, its hidden ability is heavy metal, so I mean, if you want to use Heavy Slam, you can. The weight is doubled. Whatever, but you really want the Filter on there so that way you can take less damage. Now, actually, Mega Aggron has 80 special defense, whilst Mega STEELIX has 95. Okay, Mega Aggron has 70 hit points. Mega STEELIX has 75. They both have the same defense, right? Now, Mega STEELIX has 125 attack. However, Sandforce actually has 1.3 times power. Yeah, it's 1.3 times power and Sandstorm. Okay? So your ground attacks, your rock attacks, and your steel attacks are doing more damage. Now, I think I want to run double Rock Slide for that reason. And if we are in Trick Room, we can just get more flinches. Okay? Yeah. So basically, Mega STEELIX is, I think, a little bit better. Plus, we can set up a light screen, which is actually what we do have. So maybe instead of, let me see, telepathy, inner focus, no. I mean, we can get that stab earthquake and have telepathy on there. I don't know. It just depends, really. You can do Rock Slide and then set up T-Tar next to it to have double Rock Slide. Body Press. Body Press actually does so much damage if you get burned, okay? You can almost one-shot an Incineroar that lowers your attack and you get a neutral attack, okay? If you also get burned, basically, Body Press is still your big damage, okay? So Mega STEELIX is just here to do as much damage, so that way it doesn't really need Protect. It just wants to come in and terrorize everything, okay? T-Tar, we have Sandstream, okay? We set up the Sandstream, we get the power boost on Mega STEELIX, okay? Black Glasses. Holder's dark type attacks have 1.2 power. Now, it's iffy on whether I want to run Black Glasses or if I want to run Black Belt, because I think we already are one-shotting other T-Tars, other King Gambits. I think we're already one-shotting. So I think what I want to do is I want to put as much damage on T-Tar with the Black Glasses and Knockoff. So Knockoff does 1.5 damage. Also, you get the damage boost from Black Glasses. I believe you are one-shotting Sinistras. Now, Sinistra should be a part of every team unless you are... That's a +1 and you are just making troll teams, okay? That's my honest opinion. Okay. So, let's go over the stats. So, we have 25 hit points. We have maxed attack, Adam and Nature. Now, I was running Brave, but Oranguru outspeeds T-Tar with the Brave Nature. So, if we run Adamant, we have 1.5 faster than Oranguru. Now that is important because we need the Trick Room up. So if T-Tar hits the knockoff, one shots a Sinistra in this option, we can instruct and then knock off the opposing Pokemon that's not Sinistra. And bada bing, bada boom. We set up a Trick Room. We can instruct, knock off again, okay? And then we can change our move to Rock Slide or something like that. So that's how the Trick Room shenanigans work, okay? So we have Sinistra. I was running something different, but I just changed the stats back because, you know, this is probably our best tank on the team, pretty much. So we have 31 in the HP, 177 hit points. We have 6 in defense, that's 132. We have Calm Nature, that's 132 with the 20. We have 9 in our special attack, that's going to give us 150. Now, we technically don't even need to do damage to this thing or with this thing. We could obviously just go like this and boost, but I'd rather have some damage so that way we can just burn things, get back health, right? That's basically Sinistra's job, is just to heal. Sinistra is probably the best healer in my honest opinion. You have Hospitality that restores a quarter of the allies' hit points. We have Citrus Berry so that way we could take hits, all right? Matcha Gotcha so we can try to burn. Now, if we actually did something crazy, I had this one battle in Showdown where I had Matcha Gotcha and Oranguru. So what I did was I Matcha Gotcha'd and then I used Instruct and I got a double burn, which was huge, and then they rage quit, okay? So Oranguru is kind of busted on this team, I ain't gonna lie. Sinistra makes this team better. Oranguru that's just sets it over the top because obviously you're just going to instruct. That's its signature move, okay? Rage Powder, every Pokemon will hit it except for Stalwart and other grass-type Pokemon, right? Life Dew heals our allies. So basically, we can stay in, we can Matcha Gotcha, try to get the burn, we can Life Dew, get back our health, to get back STEELIX's health, whatever, you name it. This team is pretty busted as long as you have the correct Pokemon. Rage Powder, I already talked about. Trick Room, we need to stay in Trick Room for as long as possible, right? Sneasler, so I was kind of testing this team in Showdown. Sneasler is actually just a good Pokemon in my opinion. So if they have an Incineroar, you can get that White Herb Unburdened boost. Pretty much if you see an Incineroar, just have the Sneasler out. That's basically all you need. Fake Out, we get a faster Fake Out than other Sneaslers if we get intimidated or if we use close combat. That lowers our stats, okay? Now we do have Protect on this, Protect on T-Tar, Protect on Oranguru, and Protect on Armarouge. Those are our main protects, okay? Oh, I never even went over Oranguru. Whoops. Okay, so this is just max attack, adamant, max speed. We get the unburden boost. We're outspeeding things. And then 2 in the hit points. This is just your standard Sneasler. Now, we have Mental Herb Oranguru just in case we have those Attract, Disable, Encore, Heal, Block, Taunt, Torment Pokemon. Obviously. Bada bing, bada boom. Pretty simple. Instruct. Uses the last move, Trick Room, so that way we could underspeed things. Light Screen to set up our special defense, so that way we can actually survive. Now, this is actually pretty busted. We don't even need reflect because we are already bulky enough. So that's pretty awesome, right? Now this is just your standard Oranguru EVs, just max hit points. Bold nature 26, that gives you 38 in the defense. 8 in your special defense, that gives you 138. So you're just trucking hits. You're living, bada bing, bada boom. Sinistra and Oranguru actually go really good because if they try to take out your Oranguru, you can switch into the Machagacha, get your health back, set up Trick Room. You can instruct Machagacha, try to get the double burn, which is kind of crazy, okay? So, Sneasler, I just went over. All right. Now, actually, I got a shiny Armarouge in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I never used it, so I had to. Yes, I had to send over the shiny. So, we have Flash Fire. Basically, if you guys remember, I hope it's not on this. It's not on this one. Dang it. So if you remember the first team, I had Lightning Rod Raichu, okay? That helped Pelipper and Basculegion not take no damage from any electric type, and it boosted my special attack. Flash Fire works a little bit differently. So this Pokemon Fire's attack do 1 point times 5 damage if hit by one fire move. So if they have a Sun team and you have Sinistra and Mega STEELIX, you can get the flash fire boost, okay? Boom. You're doing more damage to them. And then you have Psychic, it's Stab. Now, I was having trouble with trying to KO the Pelipper and the Archaludon with this team. But I think we do have the shots. We literally have the shots with this team, okay? So we have Heat Wave, Psychic, Wide Guard. Wide Guard is very important because in doubles you do have to face Water Spout, Earthquake, Heat Waves, Machagachas, Rock Slides, anything of that nature, okay? Very useful. And then we just have Protect. We have Leftovers, so that way our ticks of Sandstorm does not take out the Armarouge. Now, it doesn't really matter for Sneasler, Oranguru, or the Sinistra, obviously, because those are the main Pokemon that are going to go down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now, for our stats, we have Modest Nature, 170 Special Attack. We have 125 in our Special Defense. We have 5 in our Defense. That makes it to 125 in both stats. And we have 186. If I look, they are kind of the same. They're kind of the same. Oh, 106, 100, 71, 85, 80, 80, 75, 70. So Armarouge and Sinistra are basically having the same stat totals. But that is my team.